one of the lies that I think we experience is that we believe perfection is in the eye of the beholder, but it's not. Perfection is not in the eye of the beholder. Perfection is in the eye of the creator.
Yeah.
And the reason why that's different is because, to your point, when we see somebody else, right, we look at them and we can judge them. Because we can be like, oh, I'm better than you. Man, you ain't doing this. You ain't doing that. But that's because we're the beholder. What we don't realize is the creator decided they were perfect.
Ooh.
The creator made them perfect. Like God didn't create you and half bake you.
Right.
Like he wasn't like, I'll let him finish over the next 30 years. No. When he created you, he endowed you with every gift, every purpose, the potential that he wanted you to have so that you could carry out the perfect will that he had for you. And this is where the lie of comparison can create toxicity, is we start to behold each other and judge each other and compare ourselves against each other. But you can't compare perfection with perfection. We are each perfect in the eyes of our creator. But the lie will tell you, like, no, I got to do this. I got a story for you. So, and I'm being super transparent right now.
Yeah.
Black women are known for our curves, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My God.
So here's the thing, though. My mom has these, like, voluptuous breasts, right?
Okay.
But she has a flat booty.
Okay.
My dad, of course, has a flat chest, but he had, like, a really nice booty.
Okay.
I got my mom's butt in my dad's chest. Like, somehow it got reversed, right? I did not get the curves. So what I did was, being a Black woman, I was like, I want to be more secure in how I look.
Right.
Because in the eye of the beholder, I am not perfect because I don't have curves.
Right.
So I found out who the Kardashians' doctor was, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get me a little booty. Like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get me a booty. Okay.
Wait.
I prayed about that thing. I was like, Lord, I want you to, like, protect me during the surgery and everything. God said, if I wanted you to have a booty, I would have given you one. I didn't give you a booty to protect your ego. I heard this. Now listen, I heard the Spirit say this. I still get on the plane, head to LA.
Right.
In the plane, the Holy Spirit said, if I wanted you to have a booty, I would have given you one. I should have parachuted out of the plane then and saved the tens of thousands of dollars that it cost me to get that procedure. But when I tell you, 6 months later, my booty was gone.
What?
Dissolved. Now, why am I telling you this story? Because so many of us do things like that because we're trying to live up to what the beholder has decided is perfection. So we're spending senseless money. We're climbing corporate ladders. We're getting into relationships that we shouldn't be in. You notice that whenever a woman gets in a relationship, she's the first one to make it public. You go to the dude's page and he ain't even say nothing about her. She's nowhere to be found.
Right.
But we do all these things because we're trying to live up to other people's definition of perfection. And that is the toxic power of comparison. It will have you out here spending all this money for no reason.
So if you could go back, let's just keep it a buck.
Let's keep it a buck.
If you kept the booty, let's say if you had the booty today, you know what I'm saying, which says you're beautiful. I mean,
well, you're very kind. You're very
kind.
What
I'm saying? If she's happily married, that's my brother. I'm just saying my sister's beautiful. But let's say if you still had the booty today, and then if I asked you this question, would you go back, right, to that day? Would you still have the booty today?
Man, I would keep my money. Seriously. I would keep, if I knew then what I know now.
Right.
Like, forget the fact that it dissolved. And the reason it dissolved is because I work out high intensity. So, and the doctor told me, he said, listen, now that you've had this procedure, you really can't work out as intensely as you do because the fat will melt away. And I was like, oh, yeah, whatever. I went back to running and it melted away.
But that's totally opposite, is it? I mean,
no.
I hear people like, if they get, respectfully, how I say this, when they get the procedure that lifts and gives them more up top.
But it's different because that's a different material. Oh. See, for the BBL, it's fat.
It's fat. Oh, and you're burning fat.
You're burning fat. So, but for real though, knowing then what I know now. Man, I would have saved I would have saved my money because I'm at the place now where, like, I am not trying to live up to anyone else's idea of perfection. Like, I know who I am for real.
That is so cool.
And so I'm cool.
Yo, sis, this is so good. One of the things that got me into the gym wasn't the right reason to get into the gym.
Then you're like 98% of people, so it's okay.
Yeah.
It's all good.
A woman said I am skinny and ugly.
Wait. Okay, I wasn't prepared for that. You just took like a left turn. Wait, what?
Yes. I tried to holler at the chick and she was like, you are skinny and ugly. And she said, you need to hit the gym. And I was like, is that why I don't have like a woman? So I'll never forget. My boy was he was big. He was like, yo, bro, you need to go hire a personal trainer. I was making $38,000 as a youth pastor. That's like not even $2,200 a month. I went and I hired a personal trainer and I could not afford him. I was paying my personal trainer so I can look good over paying my light bill.
Yeah.
I would come home from working out and I would have candles or have the blinds up during the day. Then at nighttime, I would sleep with candles because I cared more about looking good to please them than to pay and handle my responsibilities. Yeah. Now I'm a gym freak only because I've evolved and learned because I care about my health, right? But in the beginning, I went into making bad financial decisions because I was paying off my debt, right? But then I wasn't handling my responsibilities because I was like, yo, I want a woman and I don't want to be skinny. And it's like, yo, I need to have some muscles. So I'm drinking 4 protein shakes a day.
Oh my gosh.
I'm doing all the supplements that I need to get thicker and bigger and stronger. And I grew. Oh man, I was thick. And then I got so thick that a woman said, you're like a penguin. You don't even have a neck. So you need to slim down. So now I go from getting thick to now I'm going the opposite way. Yeah. I'm trying to get back to being slimmer.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, I was like, this is an emotional roller coaster.
Correct.
Because one person wants this, one person says this, that. Now I'm trying to please everyone else. Yes. And then I wasn't saying, you know what, Anthony, what do you desire?
Yes. So in the book, one of the threads throughout the book is the story of Jonathan.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. So if you know anything about the Bible, some people do, some people don't. Most people know about David. Yep. You know, King David. Many people know about Saul. Yep. How he was, insecure and how he felt like David was a threat.
Right.
But Jonathan was Saul's son. And there's something really interesting. It's in 1 Samuel chapter 14 where we meet Jonathan. Jonathan goes and he fights the Philistines by himself. Like he has no army, no weapons. He fights them by himself. And he makes this statement. He says, nothing can hinder the Lord from saving, whether by many or by few. Now, at the time that he's going to fight these Philistines by himself, Saul, his dad, was in a whole other city chilling under a pomegranate tree with 600 soldiers. Like he was chilling.
Yeah.
The reason I'm saying that is because I studied Jonathan's life. Because I was like, and he's not, all throughout the Bible, but I was like, how is it that this dude who had no weapons, no army, was willing to place his faith in God to the point where he went to fight the enemies of God by himself? And this same dude was not threatened by David, who frankly would have taken his kingship, not his father's. If you think about it, Saul said, don't you realize that David is going to take your kingdom? But Jonathan was so secure in who God said he was that he wasn't threatened by David. And the reason why I say that in light of your story is people's opinions change.
Absolutely.
All the time.
All the time.
But what God says about you never changes, ever. But the thing we have to do is instead of placing our identity in a future self, we have to accept who we are today. So in your case, right, you're like, man, I'm going to get in this gym. I'm going to spend all this money because in the future, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be this.
Right.
And then you get to that place and now somebody else is like, that's not enough because now you look crazy.
Right.
Jonathan didn't set his sights on being the future king. That's why he wasn't threatened by David. He wasn't like, man, if people like David, he's going to take the kingdom from me. He was like, no, I am cool being Saul's son because that's who I am today.
Yes.
And if you don't like me, who I am today, God bless you. I'm still going to fight these Philistines,
right,
whether you're with me or not. And I think that's the level of confidence that God wants us to have, where it doesn't matter if people approve, applaud, people singing our praises or not. We're cool with who God has created us to be today, not in the future, today.